the land of the free, the home of the brave. There is no country on planet Earth quite like the United States of America. On today's episode of Universal University, I, Doctorio, and my co-host,
the Kraken,
will be detailing the true immensity of the United States of America and all of its patriotic, liberty-filled glory.
Yeah, so the United States is one of like the top 5 largest countries by landmass, if I'm not mistaken. It is so big, and there are so many different biomes and climates within it that I'm completely and utterly shocked that everywhere in the U.S. looks the exact same, with a Wendy's and a gas station.
But there are regions of the U.S. First, we have the Northeast. This has like New England and the Mid-Atlantic. So New England is like
Chowder,
yeah. Maine,
lobster.
Boston would probably be like the biggest city in the region. That's in Massachusetts.
New York.
No, New York is more Mid-Atlantic,
Okay.
I would say, which has like Jersey and New York. I mean,
You're
this
getting
is true.
so
I think of it.
nitpicky. See, when I think Northeast, I think like original 13 colonies, excluding like Virginia and like
And Georgia and Carolina
shut the
and
fuck
Maryland
up. Shut
and
the
Delaware.
No, hey, I count Maryland.
Really?
I count Maryland and New York.
Mason-Dixon line.
I can't. Oh my god.
So now
Anyways.
we get to this is like a sub-region. So I say Mid-Atlantic and New England are like two different sub-regions in the Northeast.
And then you get
And
on
then-
to
so then if we-
Appalachia.
Yeah, so then Appalachia and all this. So then we get into the South. So the South is where I hail from, my land. So you have kind of like the East Coast, which would be like Virginia and like Massachusetts maybe, and West Virginia maybe.
Massachusetts is not the South.
It is south of the Mason-Dixon line. They held slaves.
What do you mean? The
I mean, it's
Mason-Dixon
kinda-
line doesn't matter anymore. The Mason-Dixon line was drawn when the farthest south that you could go was still owned by the Spanish.
What? No, literally, it runs straight to it because I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't Florida
or
still
Maryland,
Spanish territory?
Not
while the
Massachusetts. Sorry,
Mason-Dixon line was
Maryland.
drawn?
I screwed that up. It's Maryland, not Massachusetts.
Okay, I can kind of more reasonably understand Maryland. The fact that you were like,
I got
Boston is
confused.
the heart of the Northeast, and then you go, Massachusetts is in the South. Anybody who isn't from the U.S., there's also this concept of the Midwest, which is like east of the midline of the U.S. because it was the Midwest before the Louisiana Purchase and everything, really. So that's like Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan. That's the Midwest. Illinois.
And a largest city would probably be like Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. Detroit.
Largest city
Detroit
of the
isn't so
South
big.
is like, is of the South, it's probably like Atlanta, New Orleans, Houston, like the Dallas metro area.
I'd be careful about calling West Texas in the South.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean like the Texas Triangle, which is in like the east. Like the San Antonio, Houston, and
I'd argue. Well,
Austin.
if you want to go like deep
Dallas.
south, well, not deep south, but like in the south of America, there's still like Miami and Orlando. Those are hubs.
True. But even those, I'm like, as a Southerner, Miami, Southern City.
So then we've got what's known as the Southwest, which has like everywhere you see in Breaking Bad.
True. It sucks. Don't go there.
Uh,
You have Pacific Northwest, which
Pacific
is like
Northwest,
it kind of also goes into Canada, depending on who you ask. But Washington, Oregon,
well, Canada's not a part of the U.S.
true. But I mean, like, then generally the West Coast would just be from like
It's
California
California.
up to Washington.
And then
Yeah.
there's also
Well, I mean,
the
also too, 'cause-
Pacific Southwest, which is more California.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Generally, people talking about like the West, they would talk about like L.A., San Francisco, Salt Lake City, maybe Phoenix, Seattle.
And then you've got Alaska, and then you've got Hawaii, the two non-connected members of the 50 United States. And then you've got all the
Yeah.
bullshit islands that nobody knows the names of.
Puerto Rico, sadly sitting in the corner, crying.
Also, we forgot to mention that the capital, Washington, D.C., does not get the same rights as everybody else. They don't have the same level of voting rights, but they still get taxed.
They're a federal district, so they don't actually. They are fully up to the government of Congress, so Congress can tell them whatever they.
They have
to do.
their own NFL team, but no...
True. So sights to see. So I would say, generally, we could say maybe the Statue of Liberty, obviously
In New York.
iconic. Yeah, in New York City. Congress and the whole National Mall in DC. That's very interesting to
There's
see.
the giant metal bean in Chicago.
True. That's up there. Totally worth seeing. If you ever go to New Orleans, the old French Quarter, even though it's not actually French, it's Spanish, but that's
There's no reason to see Mount Rushmore. It's the only thing in like 150 miles.
yeah, it's
Don't go
kind
see
of cool,
Mount
but it's in the
Rushmore.
middle of nowhere. In California, there's a bunch of cool natural stuff. So there's
Yeah,
Yosemite
Disneyland.
and yeah, this is Disneyland, Sequoia. True, we missed that. Florida, biggest thing you can see, obviously Disney World. Even though Universal might be better.
Universal in both Florida and California.
And then, Hawaii in general just has a bunch of cool beaches and stuff. And Alaska has bears.
Let me see. I think
So,
the greatest thing that you should try and see if you ever get to go to the United States and you have like one chance to see one thing.
Vegas.
Actually, that's a pretty good point. I was gonna say Niagara Falls on the Canadian side.
No. I would say, as an honest answer, Grand Canyon's up there, and maybe some of the national parks in California. Totally worth seeing for something that's just completely different than the rest of the world.
Here's a dip into the culture of America if you ever want to visit. Once you buy your first handgun, you're going to want to go to McDonald's, which came from Chicago in the U.S.
Okay, wait. Now, here's an actually interesting question. So when I was traveling abroad, I met this person, and they asked me, what do you consider to be American food? And I asked that because everybody obviously says, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, fast food or whatever. But I don't actually think that's the food of America, or at least it's not the food that I grew up eating.
I think barbecue pork rib that falls off the bone.
True. Barbecue, I think, is up there. Maybe corn on the cob, collard greens, if you like that. Fried chicken. Don't diss fried chicken. It may be fried, but it's good.
No, you see, I love when I go to California and I get American sushi and boba.
Oh, also clam chowder. Clam chowder would be one.
It's known as a cheesesteak or also a hoagie, but it's just a good sandwich made out of steak. I don't see a lot of other countries doing that.
True. That's a good point.
America loves steak in a way I think a lot of other countries don't. Except, maybe South America and Portugal, they have their ways of cooking steak, but America does American steak.
True. American steak is something special. So that's to all you foreigners out there. Don't diss America for its food. We have good food. It's just not the food that makes money.
One last thing that I know everybody sees American is a milkshake. America knows how to make their unhealthy food.
Yeah, that's true. You can't escape the hamburger, milkshake, and fries. That's just part of that's just the way it is. But the reason that makes so much that's why we're known for it is because that's what sells. It's easy to make and it's cheap. But if you come to America, don't just eat fast food. There's so much good stuff. Especially the other one I forgot, Cajun food. Cajun food's so good.
Cajun food is pretty good, but that's a combination of French and other parts of the world.
True, but it's American.
It's American in the hodgepodge sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about food.
But yeah, so please come to America and
or don't
try some good food.
It's actually very hard to come to America, and it's seemingly increasingly harder. We don't want you getting deported, so just watch more of our YouTube. You'll figure it out.
Come here eventually. It's worthwhile.
Please calm down. Goodbye.